Hey guys, welcome back. DreamReaver23 here with another Let's Play episode of Minecraft Feed the Beast solo play. Now, I hope you guys are doing good out there today. We had the, today is Monday, so it's the Minecraft, I take that back. It's the Game Dev Tycoon Monday, so we played Game Dev, saw that earlier. Had a winner on there. Hello kitties! Hello kitties! I was able to go through and capture, or I'm sorry, tame. Capture sounds too mean. Some kitty cats. Actually, I caught two, and then... Really? It's raining? And then I bred them and made another little kitty. But they were getting annoying, and I wanted to keep them safe, so I put them over there. Now you see that we've done some changes here to the Sanctum of DreamReavertude. If that's... I think that works. We got an igniter back there. We made a portal so we can go to the nether, which... Whenever I come back in, it links over there behind Voltron's house, or, I'm sorry, Varion's house. So, but we have that coming through on here, which is nice. We can turn it on and off, which I like that function. I like the igniter. We're using the red power cables or red power wires on there to get that power. A lot of this I do on my Twitch, so I do a lot of just playing through on there for hours and hours and hours on end, building up a lot of this stuff and just talking with the guys. So we have that going through there. We also moved our coke oven over to this area. It's producing coke right there, and then the creosote oil is actually dropping down. We'll see that here in just a second. And then we also installed an aqueous accumulator so we can go through and have a whole bunch of water. I mean, really, that's the only reason why. So, still going to do some more stuff right up here in this area. Got our portal going right there. Drop down. Eventually, I will get this set up, and I actually have the area right over there that I'm going to do it in. But... coming down here to this bottom level, we still have our farm going on, still have our entrance to our crop area. And you can see the aqueous accumulator is actually coming down into these tanks. I have this tank, these 3 tanks built so far. I'm going to build another 2 right over here on this side, which will have it to where this wall will be nothing but tanks. Each of these tanks holds 720,000 liters of water, I guess. So basically 720 buckets of water is what that one will carry. And then this one right here actually is holding creosote oil. And so you can go through and put these down there. I have them going from up top, connecting in, and they are lit back there so you can kind of see them. The valves that we're using on these are actually pretty easy. Let's see, allows liquids to pass through liquids, balance between valves. So they are with Zycraft, so it's actually the Zycraft valves, and they're pretty simple to make. Let's see, should be able to pull up the recipe here. And we actually use the red engineering blocks, but to make these, basically use the red Zycoridite, which is just the red Zychromium. You're just basically putting it in the smelter. And then stone bricks. So 4 stone bricks, 4 red Zycoridite. I can't ever say that right. And redstone. And that gives you 4 red engineering bricks. And then you put those in the corners. You use 4 iron bars in a bucket. And you get this sweet little valve, which basically can actually turn anything into a tank. So with this one, you see I use the marble. The marble brick right around here, and then glass. But basically, you go through and put this form and function around it, and it goes through and says, "Alright, cool!" And it gives you the little overlay on there so you can see what is a tank. And yeah, so depending on the size that you go for, you can make, I mean, I can make this whole entire room a tank if I wanted to, and, you know, store lava in there or whatever I wanted to do. I don't know if that would work out very well. I mean, being that I have, you know, the volcano up top, I don't really absolutely need it. But... it's all good. Comes out nice and fine and dandy. Now, what are we going to do today? I actually thought about it and was like, you know what? Let's just go fishing. So, even though it is raining outside, see if we can do something about the rain real quick. And even though it is nighttime... Alright, so, yep, waiting just a little bit, even though that was, you know, instantaneous for you guys, waiting just a little bit made it to where it is no longer raining outside. So, we have our stuff, which I built this entrance. This will eventually be a large elevator, is what I'm working on getting the parts for, but I'm going to have an elevator that goes all the way down to the bottom, and I'm probably going to build that out of red power frames. I've been working with Voltron and Varion to try to go through and figure a lot of that stuff out. So, oh my god! Wow, that was a long fall. Oh, jeez. So I figured today would be fishing and story time. Now, a lot of these, a few of you might have heard me tell this story in the Twitch live stream. But it's a fun story. I don't ever really talk a whole lot about. Oh, whoa! Asshole, get out of here! I don't ever talk a whole lot about stuff that I did in the military. It's just not a whole lot of fun with a lot of that stuff. But one of my Army stories that I got is from Basic, and it was a really fun story, really fun experience. It wasn't fun it was funny at the time, but so I figured that would be a good one to go through and do. So that's what today is going to be, just story day and fishing. So we'll have a nice view of the outside of our volcano here. So let's actually come over this way a little bit. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the story. Over there you can actually see Varion's place. All the good fun stuff he has over there. So, let's see, I need that up. I went to Basic. I was in the Army. I did 7 years altogether in the Army. I did 4 years active duty and 3 years reserve. Enjoyed my time. I loved my active duty time. It was quite enjoyable. You know, you're gonna have crap jobs. You do every day. You're gonna have something terrible that you're gonna do at whatever job you have. And a lot of people are like, "Oh yeah, well I just don't want to go and fight." Da, 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 da. But it's still a good fun time in there. And really, what it kind of boils down to is like after you get through basic and AIT and stuff like that, yeah, you'll have your missions, but it really does kind of seem like a 9 to 5 in most instances. Sometimes it's a 9 to 9 or ridiculous stuff, but still a fun time. Now this goes back. This story is from whenever I was in basic. I went to basic at Fort Knox, Kentucky, in 2004, July of 2004. I went into basic, and we had decent group of people, decent group of guys, some idiots obviously that are in there, but most everybody was really cool. And one of the guys, and I hope nobody gets offended for me going through and using names. They shouldn't. But we had a whole bunch of us. So there's typically in a platoon there's 60 people, 64 people in a platoon, and it goes through and breaks out to where you have 4 squads. Well, I was second squad leader for a time during basic, and so I was the guy all the way on the right. I was the guy that was basically in charge of my group of people, and we had one guy that was a little bit slower. But really great guy, and so it was pretty much, he always looked to me to kind of keep him in line with how we were doing stuff and everything like that. And his name was McPherson, and he was, like I said, he was a really cool guy, but he was just kind of goofy, unwittingly, like not knowing goofy. And so we were, after chow one day, just came back from lunch, and we were standing outside, and it was hot. It was summer in 2004 in Kentucky. But if you've never been to Kentucky, it's really humid, and it gets really warm, just because there's so much trees, there's so much vegetation around. And so we're out there, and the company commander, the captain, he came out, and he was a little short shit that nobody liked. Not even the drill sergeants, they didn't even like him, but he was literally 5 foot tall, a little bitty guy. And he always walked around, and he was just thought he was hot shit. And so he would he called us out, and the drill sergeants, basically we were getting ready to go to our next training, and we had already just gotten smoked, which if you don't know what getting smoked is, basically it's getting dropped. You push-ups, front landing rest, you're just kind of sitting out there on the hot black asphalt. And I think that day it was probably about 102, 103. It was just scorching. And so we're out there, and Captain came out, and he wanted to talk to the, to the whole company, and he was like, soldiers, da 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 da. And basically he was chewing our butts for something. I don't even know what he was chewing our butts for, but he decided to take this little small gripe session into a full, inspection and everything like that. Just go through and be try to get us ready. Well, about 30 minutes after he starts chewing our ass, he's just out there. He's going, and he's going, and he's going. McPherson is standing right to the left of me. He's like, "Hey, Dozer," which is me. He's like, I'm like, "What, McPherson? What's going on? What do you want?" He's like, "Hey, Dozer, I got a shit." So I'm like, "Dude, just calm down. It'll be okay. This isn't gonna last much longer. Just hold it." "Okay, Dozer." So he goes by, and the captain, he just keeps going on. And so about another 15-20 minutes later, we're still out there, and the captain goes through, like, open inspections, march, wow. So we open inspections, open ranks up, so they can go through and inspect us, front and back, walking through there. McPherson goes by again, he's like, hey, Dozer, I got a shit." Like, McPherson, just calm down, dude. It's almost over. We're doing an inspection. It's almost over. Just calm down. Shut up. Because I don't want us to get in trouble. It's like, "Okay, Dozer, okay. I'll try." So we're going through this section. Captain goes through and finally passes the first row, which is, about 15 people in the first row. Gets through, chewing people out and everything like that. Yelling to the drill sergeants because people are out of uniform, he says, but, everybody's good. He's just basically in there to blow shit. So he comes back through and he starts back from the other side. I'm at the, all the way to the right. He starts back all the way to the left. About halfway through the line, McPherson looks back over and he's like, "Dozer, I got a shit. I'm about to shit myself." Like, "McPherson, hold on, dude. Please, for the love of God." And I'm like, "Shut up. I don't want to get in trouble. You're not supposed to talk whenever you're, in open ranks like that. You're not supposed to talk. You got a captain there." I was like, "Shut up, dude. Shut up." So finally, captain goes there and passes our row up. Well, he's still got 2 more rows to go, or 2 more squads to go. But he goes there and he passes me up and he inspects me and everything. I'm like, I'm good. And he walks right back around. Now, McPherson, this should be said, McPherson was a pretty tall guy. McPherson was about 6'5", 6'6". He was a big dude. And the captain walks around back behind us to go through and start his inspection of the 3rd row and kind of like look at us in the back. And McPherson just looks over at me. And I'm like, "No." And all of a sudden, all you hear is, and the captain's right behind him. So captain, jumps back. He's like, "You want to shit on me? You want to shit on me? Drill sergeant!" And, everybody just, starts bursting out laughing because the captain is right there. Almost, eye level with McPherson's ass. And just goes through and McPherson just farts right on him, basically. The captain blows up and everybody, all the drill sergeants, all 4 freaking platoons just bust up laughing. Well, at this point in time, you got to realize there's 2 things that happen a lot in basic and AIT. For any basic and AIT, I don't care where you go. You eat a lot and you get a lot of push-ups. That leads to when you're standing outside in the heat and you've just eaten and you've been in inspection and you've been standing at attention for basically an hour at this point in time, you're gonna have gas. They don't feed you the least amount of gas food there is out there. You bust ass. You fart a lot. Okay. So everybody that had been holding in this stomach bubbling, gut wrenching gas, at this point in time had been standing out there in the heat for an hour. It was 104 that day, 103, 104. It was ridiculous. So everybody starts trying to stifle laughs. You know what happens whenever you try to not laugh? You go, and you put pressure on your stomach, and everybody just starts, and they're just trying not to laugh. And so the whole freaking company is out here laughing and giggling and farting. And the freaking captain is right in the middle of all this. And he's like, oh, y'all want to shit on me? You want to shit on me? Well, the drill sergeants at this point in time are trying not to laugh because they're supposed to be trying to get everybody in order, and they're trying to calm them down. A captain marches out of the freaking squad. We all close back ranks and just goes off on the drill sergeant. He actually is yelling at the drill sergeant. Your soldiers out here, all they want to do, they want to shit. That's disrespect. Blah, blah, blah. You get them. You hem them up, drill sergeant. And he freaking stomps back off inside after being farted on by half the freaking company. And the drill sergeant goes through and is like, boom, front linear rest position, move. And we all drop to the front linear rest position, which is still hot, still burning our hands. And we're still laughing because we can't stop laughing because of this stupid thing that nobody liked this captain, and because of McPherson's expenditure of gas on the captain. Everybody. We were down in the front linear rest position for only about a minute, and the drill sergeants were like, get up. go up to the, it basically take, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, go up and cool off for a second, take a shit, whatever you got to do. And then we'll go to the next training. We were already late for our next training because the captain had us out there for so long. But even we were walking back up to the barracks, go up there, and the drill sergeants were just like laughing their heads off because we had Drill Sergeant Beidle. I love Drill Sergeant Beidle to death. And he's walking back up there. He's like, you know what? I don't even like that stupid captain anyways. And so he goes through, and we're just, go on our merry way. But that was kind of like our funny little story from basic and AIT. It was just McPherson shitting all over the captain, and then everybody continuing to shit all over the captain. So yeah, that's a story from my Army days. I hope you guys enjoyed it. McPherson, if you ever do watch this, if you're still around, let me know. Send me a message. If not, hey, enjoy it anyways. But yeah, so we're fished out there until it's nighttime, and I think that's a pretty good time. So I'm going to go ahead. I know this one's only about 15, 16 minutes at this point in time, but hey, we had a good little story out of it. So I'm going to go ahead and take off here. Tomorrow is going to be Tutorial Tuesdays. Whoa, don't step in the quicksand. Tomorrow's going to be Tutorial Tuesdays, and so I'm going to be doing actually I think a pretty good tutorial just on the turtles with computer craft. So be sure to tune in for that one. Yeah. So until next time, guys, I am DreamReaver23 saying game happy, and I will see you guys later. Bye, guys.
Episode. LRM is my homegirl, building up my whole world, running it with red power wire. And you gotta have Space Toad, cause the build craft makes me smile. And industrial craft, because my nuclear reactor gives the power to inspire. These blocks feel like Doc Brown, gonna make a time machine in game 1.21 gigawatts. Spawners that start dropping spiders and creepers and zombies as well with their arms in the air. And blazes, cave spiders, skeletons, jockeys, the slimes, and magma cube silverfish. Yeah, the pigmen are nice unless you attack them.